Alright, everyone, this is Kua. This is Choices, Murder at Homecoming, Chapter 10. The case is closed. Mr. Lewis is in custody. Everyone's fine. You thought you could finally go back to your normal life. Except now his attorney has cornered you in the school parking lot, claiming you falsely accused him. I didn't accuse anyone of anything. The rest of the student body seems to believe differently. They say you were instrumental in having him arrested. So what if he was? Getting a possible predator out of the school seems like a good thing to me. Besides, what the hell proof do you have that he didn't do it? So, are you here to intimidate me? Because I can tell you that's not gonna work. My name is Nicholas No, and I came here on behalf of my client, just to talk, nothing more. Of course, you are under no obligation to speak with me or testify in court, but I believe what I have to say is something you would want to know. There's no way you can spin this where Mr. Lewis isn't the bad guy. Shouldn't we at least hear him out? Go on then, Mr. Snow. When I first heard about Mr. Lewis' case, I presumed he would be pleading guilty to institutional sexual assault, to murder. So you think he murdered Gabby Navarro? I think the people of Beechwood have made up their minds about him. And while the court of public opinion can't convict him, a jury can, and it will be a jury made up of people who judge him a menace to their children. It'd be no less than he deserved. I mean, it doesn't look good, but all the evidence that could tie him to the actual killing is pretty circumstantial. I just wanted to put the police on his trail after I found Gabby's letter in his classroom. With noble intentions, I'm sure. The point is, Mr. Lewis believes that if you testify, he has a chance of being exonerated. Me? But I'm the one who got him arrested in the first place. My client has some contacts that he believes will change your mind. He wishes to discuss the matter in person. In person? Don't I have to write the reviews? Of course, but my client strongly believes that this is something you wish to hear, and I've already arranged to have you visit tomorrow. I assure you that you will be perfectly safe and free to leave at any time. You will also be permitted to bring a guest with you. I will think about it. Very well. Here's the time and address of the appointment, and here's my card in case you need to contact me. He hands you a few pieces of paper. I hope to hear from you soon. As Mr. Snow crosses the parking lot and leaves you all alone, all of your friends turn toward you. What are you gonna do, Kua? Are you gonna go see him? I don't know. I can't imagine what he could have to say that would change anything. He's just grasping at straws, hoping he can find some way to get away with what he did. But what if you were wrong and he didn't actually do it? A tense silence settles over you as you war with yourself about whether you should visit Mr. Lewis or not. You keep coming to the same conclusion. I need to talk to him. If I don't, I'm sure I'll regret it. You shouldn't go alone then. Mr. Snow said you could bring a guest, and it never hurts to have backup. Especially when you're dealing with a manipulative child predator. Count me out. If that bastard really killed my sister, I never want to see his face again. That leaves me and Stevie. If you want someone at your back, we're there. You got it, Kua. I'll meet you at the police station first thing tomorrow morning. The next morning, you stand outside the detention center along with Tyler. You look nervous. I'm about to sit down and talk with a child molester and possible murderer. Of course I'm nervous. Tyler takes your hand and squeezes it tightly. I promise, nothing's gonna happen to you. I won't allow it. I know, but there are going to be a ton of safety measures in place, but I still have a bad feeling. Hey, you don't have to go in there if you don't want to. We could ditch this place and go grab breakfast somewhere. As much as I'd love that, I need to know what Mr. Lewis wants with me. But I feel much better knowing you're by my side. A crooked grin steals across Tyler's normally serious face. It's a weird time to be happy, but I'm happy to hear that just the same. You take his hand and put his palm to your cheek for a moment, calming your own breathing. It really is a bizarre mix of emotions, huh? The two of you sober, steeling yourselves for what's ahead, and he gives you a grim smile. Guess we should do this thing. Kua Stone, we meet again. I'm here to visit Mr. Lewis. Yeah, I know. I'll be supervising, so don't try any funny business. First order of business, I'm gonna need to search you and your friend. Alright, let's get this over with. A few minutes and a minimally invasive search later, you're sitting at a steel table in a visitation room. It's cold, forbidding. You notice the table and chairs are tainted to the ground. He should be here shortly. Come get me when you're finished, and I'll take him back to his cell. As Tate takes a seat against the far wall, a guard escorts Lewis, handcuffed and clad in a jumpsuit, through a door at the other side of the room. Kua, you actually showed up. Thank you, I mean it. And you brought Tyler with you. I'm just here to support Kua, so don't try anything. Of course, I understand. Your lawyer told me that you want me to testify that you're not guilty. I would, but first I just want you to hear me out. I know you have very little reason to trust me. But I never seduced Gabby, and I certainly didn't kill her. Do you honestly expect me to believe that? You consider a locket appropriate student-teacher gift? How did you even know about that? We found the necklace in her room and took it to the jeweler who made it. She said it was a custom design commissioned and purchased by you. Ah, that explains a lot. I was the one who purchased the necklace, but I did so on someone else's behalf. Who was it then? Mr. Lewis looks down and bites his lower lip. I swore not to say. Seriously? Someone is dead. Now isn't the time to keep secrets. I'm well aware, and it breaks my heart that Gabby isn't with us anymore. She has so much ahead of her. But telling you is only going to lead to another life destroyed. So you do know something about her killer then? I don't. I couldn't even tell you whether it was an accident or not. But believe me, Kua, there's more to this, more than one way to ruin a life. No offense, but I'm having a hard time imagining what horrible consequences could come from finding out someone was in love with Gabby. Unless, of course, they're another adult. Absolutely not. Those sorts of relationships are wrong. I do understand that, despite what you may think. Your mother certainly seems to agree. You pull out the letter you took from Mr. Lewis' trash. He closes his eyes wearily. I won't bother asking you where you got that from. You're obviously extraordinarily resourceful. My family and I, the partner they find so morally repugnant isn't Gabby, but Brandon. A fully adult psychologist working one town over. If you're curious, I'll give you his contact info. That was not what you were expecting. Enough that your next words come tumbling out of your mouth before you can stop them. Haley would be so disappointed. You're both startled into sudden, somewhat uncomfortable laughter. Point of order, she would have had to accept disappointment regardless of my sexual orientation. But does that mean you believe me? It'd be much easier if you just tell me who you're protecting. I can't. But if you testify in my trial saying that you misunderstood, maybe they'll drop the charges, or at the very least, gather more evidence. Mr. Lewis, I'll do my best, but you have to understand that you're asking a lot here. You're the best chance I've got. Alright, I'll try to convince the court, but I can't make any promises about the outcome. I understand, that's out of your hands. So I take it we're done here? Unless there's anything else you'd like to say to me. I don't have anything. What about you, Tyler? No, nothing at all. Very well, the session is over then. You turn in surprised to see Officer Tate hovering just behind you. Mr. Lewis gets up from the table, and Tate leads him away. You watch as the door closes behind them before turning to Tyler. How do you feel about all this? A bit shocked. But I think he's telling the truth here. Me too. If he was lying, he had cooked up a better story than that. Exactly. And he didn't try to threaten you into it or anything. Then again, if he did seduce Gabby, I really don't want him getting away with it. No matter what, we could be making a mistake here. But what about innocent until proven guilty? This case has gotten a lot of attention. The Navarros are a very rich, respected family, and Mr. Lewis is a small fish on a teacher's salary. There's going to be a lot of pressure to convict. That's so unfair. In that case, I think I'm on his side here. You can't just say someone did it because you think they look guilty. Think about how guilty I looked a month ago. Tyler, you make a good point. I was so ready to believe you were the killer based on nothing but a tie and a text message. Both of which were easily explained away once we sat down and talked it out. Mr. Lewis doesn't exactly have the same simple explanations that you did. Or if he does, he's not sharing it with us. Even if Mr. Lewis was sleeping with Gabby, we have zero evidence that he killed her. So you think I should testify for Mr. Lewis then? I don't know, I'm just really glad I'm not in your shoes right now. But one thing's for sure, if anyone could figure out what the right decision is, it's you. You still believe in me after all this? Tyler puts his hand on yours. Always. Just then, Tyler's watch beeps. Oops, looks like it's time for me to bounce. Winter track conditioning. Can you get yourself home alright? I can handle it. Go enjoy your run. With a wave, Tyler heads out, but you pause there for a minute longer, processing everything you just learned. You're just on your way out of the precinct when you see Officer Murphy escorting a familiar face down the hall. Brett, how nice of you to drop in. What are you up to? Getting arrested, duh. Better question is, what are you doing here? Just visiting, but actually, this is good. I've been meaning to talk to you. Oh yeah? You authorized to do that? Actually, he is. His visitation permissions don't expire until noon, though you can decline to speak to him, of course. You know what? Sure, let's hear what you gotta say, Kua. Jail's boring, maybe this'll be fun. A few minutes later, you're back in the visitor's room. Officer Tate takes his seat against the far wall again, scowling. Just when I thought I'd gotten rid of you. Make this quick. I've got better things to do than babysit you all day. Ignoring him, you turn to face Brett. You wanted to talk to me, Kua, so let's talk. I know the real reason Gabby turned you in, Brett, and it had nothing to do with competition over fake IDs. When we were searching Gabby's computer, we came across some very interesting photos of Claudia. So? Gabby had also bookmarked a few legal websites about underage sexting, so either she was keeping blackmail material for her best friend, or it was you she was after. Well, too bad for her. Claudia never sent me nudes. All those pics were 100% legal. Exactly, which is why Gabby had to find something else to pin on you, something like fake ID sales. It's not news that Gabby didn't like me. What are you getting at? You must have done something to piss her off. If you're trying to bait me into another outburst like at the party, think again. You know I couldn't have killed her. Tate, you want to dig out my arrest record on the night of homecoming for this numbskull? Let me think. No. Maybe you didn't kill her, but you're tied up in all of this. Yeah, sure, so she hated me. Those little Miss Perfect types always do. Or maybe, Brett, she came after you because you're an abuser. Really? Where the hell did you get that from? From your ex-girlfriend, remember Judy? Sorry, Judy, Brett doesn't deserve the truth, and it's not like you're under oath. That's who you were dating your sophomore year, right? Walked in on you trying to force your nasty self onto a freshman girl? That two-faced bitch. Her story sure changed. She knew that. Wait, is this about your little sidekick Stevie's son? She came on to me, Kua. She lied about it because she was embarrassed. That lie may have worked on your fickle friends, Brett, but it won't work on me. Those are some real serious accusations for you to be thrown around, Stone. But if you're talking about the incident with Stevie I think you're talking about, Gabby didn't even stay friends with her after that. Okay, but when searching Gabby's room, we found a card and a friendship bracelet, both given to Gabby by Stevie. The fact that she kept them for 2 years after Stevie's fall from grace would suggest that Gabby cared more than she let on. If Gabby really believed Stevie, why not stand for her publicly? Everyone else had turned against her. Gabby probably thought standing up would only damage her own reputation. Not much of a saint after all, saving her own ass over the friend you think she actually cared about. Hey, as if you're any better. Ooh, you're passing down moral judgment now? Give it a rest, or are you suddenly going by your honor now on top of your amateur PI stick? You feel a strong impulse to pull a Tyler and deck this guy in the jaw. Lucky for both of you, perhaps, but you're still keenly aware of Officer Tate close enough to see. Don't get me wrong, Kua, this has been a real entertaining story, but it's all BS. If Gabby was all dead set on getting revenge for something I may or may not have even done to Stevie, why'd she wait over a year to do it? Stevie wasn't the one Gabby was trying to protect here. That just warned her to how dangerous you were. So who was she trying to protect? Isn't it obvious? Claudia, Gabby's best friend, who you dated for several months. Or do you not remember that long rant you went on about how Claudia was an awful girlfriend who didn't love you the way you loved her? You can't expect me to remember every little thing I said who knows how long ago. And that's not even mentioning all the nasty names you called her, and Gabby. All I know is what those snakes, who are supposed to be my friends, said behind my back. Consider this your reminder then. Whatever, it doesn't matter, it's all true. Hell, Gabby should have protected me from her, not the other way around. Is that why you spray painted a broken heart with the 2 of your initials at the graffiti spot? Because Claudia hurt you? A piece of graffiti? That's what you're going off of? Newsflash, dumbass. Plenty of people have those initials, and everybody paints on that wall. But you did paint it, didn't you? What did she do? Turn you down for a little nookie at the graffiti spot? Or maybe she humiliated you, figured out that you're a nasty predator, and called you out in front of her friends, perhaps. I almost wish she had. At least then she had acknowledged my existence. Do you have anything to say for yourself, or are you just going to keep treating this like a joke? I gotta admit, I never thought Gabby might have hated me because of Stevie. It's actually explained a lot. I always assumed it was because she was an obnoxious little Miss Pretty Perfect, but she always did seem to hate me more than I hated her. Maybe she did think I'd done something wrong. You did do something wrong. You want the truth about what happened that night? Fine, I'll give you the truth. Stevie approached me at a party and was acting super handsy about it too. She said she wanted to get out of there, and the implication was obvious, so I tried to give her what she wanted. You had a girlfriend at the time. We were fighting. Hooking up with a freshman was exactly what I needed to make her jealous. It's not like anything happened. We got interrupted, Stevie got embarrassed, and she tried to blame me. She was young and naive and hopeful, and you took advantage of her. She was at a party, and not as naive as you think she is. Brett, you're an idiot. All you do is make excuses for yourselves, and what's worse is you actually believe them. Even when it's plain to everyone else that what you did was wrong. Whatever, I don't care what you think. Then tell me about Claudia. I don't remember what I said to you before, but I stand by it. Claudia was a crap girlfriend. You said you loved her. Sure, in the beginning, she never dated a guy like me before, and I never met someone who got me the way she did. We fell fast and hard, it was great. Until we were back at high school again and Claudia started ditching me. Every time I wanted to see her, it was cheer practice this or homework that, and then whenever she wasn't busy, she wanted to see her friends. The only way I could get her attention was when I needed her. What happened? You got me. I wrote the graffiti. It was the worst night of my life, including every night in jail. Claudia was at cheer practice, so I waited in the graffiti spot for her, and that bitch blew me off. I begged her. I must have called her 20 times, left a bunch of texts, and she had the nerve to claim she was working on a paper? Did it never occur to you that maybe she cared about her schoolwork? That'd be a real nice and neat, wouldn't it? But I checked her location. She was at Gabby's the whole time. Liar. How's she supposed to tell you the truth when you fly off the handle like this? And oh yeah, monitor her location. Well, she did seem to feel bad about it after that. Got super nice to me, at least until she dumped me while I was in jail. Can't imagine why she didn't want to date you anymore. No doubt Gabby had something to do with all this. That's who she ran off with that night. Did you ever ask her? It didn't matter. Gabby hated me, and that night, Claudia chose Gabby. I'm not even surprised she tried getting me arrested over those pictures. She was always jealous of us. I told Claudia over and over that she needed to get rid of Gabby, but she wouldn't do it. You try to isolate her from her friends. So what if I did? It didn't work. She picked Gabby. You know what, Brett? I actually feel sorry for you. You're such a pathetic excuse for a human being that you have no idea how pathetic you really are. You've somehow gone your whole life believing that everyone's out to get you, when in the end, you're the problem. Maybe one day you'll wake up and realize that. I hope you do. It'll hurt like hell, but you'll be a better person in the end. I don't have to listen to you. And clearly you're not going to. Goodbye, Brett Morris. Don't ever speak to me, Stevie, or Claudia again. Now hang on. Without another word, you turn around and calmly walk out of the detention center, head held high. That afternoon, you meet with the rest of the team at Donovan's house to discuss the events of the morning. I gotta hand it to Mr. Lewis. Trying to plead innocent in a situation like this takes guts. He was completely serious about it. Who knows if it was all a lie though. The more I think on it, the more it seems like Mr. Lewis' claims are too strange to be false. No kidding, if you're gonna make something up, why go for something as far as ridiculous as she had an affair with someone else, but I can't say who. Maybe that's what he wants us to think though. If he had a really simple generic story, we see right through it. Let's not go into reverse psychology. We'll be here all day if we do. In that case, the only way to figure out whether Mr. Lewis is telling the truth is to find explicit proof of who Gabby was actually dating. I wouldn't know where to look though. We searched Gabby's room and we followed up on everything but the diary, which we can't open. How's progress on that going, by the way? Impossible to tell. I might stumble on the right combination tomorrow, or it might take months. And that's assuming Day of Freedom actually is a calendar date. Day of Freedom, Day of Freedom. Wait a second, I think I know the combination. Donovan, you haven't used today's 3 tries, have you? I haven't. Get the diary, I'm gonna try them now. Donovan rushes off down the hallway and returns a moment later with the diary. Let's try this again. I'm almost certain the combination is the 4th of July. You really think it's that simple? It's like CV said, reverse psychology. She knew it was so obvious you wouldn't try it. You enter 0704 into the combination lock. The mechanism doesn't budge. Or maybe not. I'm almost certain the combination date is Brett's release date, which was September 23rd. You enter 0923 into the combination lock. The mechanism doesn't budge. Crap, I really thought I had it. I'm almost certain the combination is prom night. Yeah, obviously, actually, I don't get it. Why prom? In the note I found in Mr. Lewis' desk, Gabby said that was the night she was going to elope. My god, you're right. That's gotta be it. You spin the dial to 0515, May 15th. Sure enough, the lock pops open. I knew it. You open the diary and start to skim through the pages. Let's see, freshman year drama, anxiety about tests. Maybe we should just skip to the end, both to give my sister some privacy and to save time. You flip quickly through until you get to the last page with any writing. It's a poem. Like the wind, you wander through the hallways, but no one knows you're there. Like an atom, you're everything, but no one even cares. Part of me wants to scream out to tell the world what I found, but I'm far too selfish for that. I want you all to myself. My Joanna, my love. Oh my god, Mr. Lewis wasn't lying. I guess not. Thank God, I didn't want to believe that about Gabby or Mr. Lewis. Just wish I could remove that image from my brain, but I think it's been permanently burned in there now. So does anyone know who Joanna is? I don't recognize the name. I think there might be a Joanna in one of my classes. I don't know how she spells her name though. Guess Gabby wasn't kidding about nobody knowing this girl exists. Hang on a minute. It's so surreal, like a week ago she was alive with hopes and dreams and plans, and now? I don't know, it's not like I really knew her, I guess. She just seemed like such a nice person. I know Joanna. We sat together at Gabby's funeral. She's actually in my chem class. No wonder she seemed so sad that day. Gabby was her girlfriend. That also explains why she was so upset about Mr. Lewis getting arrested. She knew the truth. So who is this girl? She's nice, unassuming, quiet. I don't think she does any extracurriculars. Donovan frowns. So why would Gabby try to hide that they were dating? Well, the obvious assumption would be because Gabby didn't want people knowing she's queer. I suppose that's possible, but I've been out as bi for years now, and our parents have always been supportive. Same, as much as I hate Beechwood, I haven't had to deal with much homophobia here. Me neither. What about you, Tyler? I mean, I don't know a whole lot because I thought I was straight until like a month ago. But nobody seems to have any problem with me and Kua, so... I don't know, maybe she just wasn't ready to tell people. That's possible, I guess. Seems like she went a bit overboard in hiding it, but maybe that's just her. Maybe it was Joanna who was hiding it. I don't know much about her, but I get the vibe her family's kind of old school. I'll talk to her at school on Monday, see if she can shed some light on this. Want us to come along? I think it's best if I do this one alone. She seems shy, and I'm the only one she's really talked to before. You spend the rest of the weekend trying to work on a research paper you need to finish for AP US history, but your mind keeps drifting back to everything you've learned. What am I going to say to Joanna? Will she even be willing to talk to me after everything with Mr. Lewis? By the time you get the concluding paragraph written, it's nearly midnight on Sunday. You are about to head to bed when your phone buzzes with a text. Hey Kua, wanna hang out? Sure, when? Now, I can pick you up. My parents were freaked out. Really? They don't mind you solving a murder, but don't want you going out late? To be honest, I didn't tell them too much about the case until the arrest. Don't tell them about this, problem solved. I mean, no pressure, but I thought you might want to come along. We can be normal teenagers for once. Sneak out with Donovan to share a special moment with him and to see one of the coolest spots in Beechwood. Absolutely. Count me in, meet you out front and down the block in 10. Sneaky, I dig it. See you soon. Remember how Perdita taught you? You put on a pair of socks, but take your shoes with you. You put your keys in your pocket so they don't jingle. You sneak down the hallway and make a quick stop at the kitchen. You open up the fridge, then close it again. That way, if your parents hear you, they'll assume you're up to get a midnight snack. You make it to the front door and crack it open, locking it from the inside so it makes less noise. Finally, you make it outside, put on your shoes, and walk a few houses down. Donovan's waiting for you in his car, his headlight on low. Got room for one more? Just get in. You slide into the shotgun seat and buckle up before Donovan pulls down the street. So I take it it's not your first time sneaking out? It actually is, I just know my sister's tricks. Donovan nods solemnly, and you share a moment of quietude. With him next to you, it doesn't feel like a stab to think back on her. Guess pain really is best shared. She taught you a lot. She was adamant that I not follow fully in her footsteps, but she made sure I knew the most useful ways to get in and out of trouble. He laughs with you, quiet but appreciative. So you're the maestro of tonight's adventure. Where are we going? You'll see. Donovan drives you to a few miles out of town and turns off onto a winding road leading through the woods. You stop in front of a traffic bridge deep in the forest. If you were anybody else, I think you brought me out here to kill me. I just thought you might want to see the most haunted place in Beechwood. What happened here? Are you sure you want to know? It's a pretty scary story. I love scary stories. Good, because this one's not for the faint of heart. I can handle it. We'll see about that. 150 years ago, this woods was home to a hospital dedicated to the most mysterious afflictions in the country. Diseases nobody else could even start to treat were the specialty of the doctors there. It was a sort of last resort place. Many patients went in, but few ever came out, and those who did seem to have no recollection of what happened while they were there. Donovan, what kind of things went on at the hospital? I just told you that nobody knows. The people who were cured didn't remember. Okay, but did they ever find out? No, but there were rumors of unethical experiments. Naturally. One night on a full moon, there was an explosion. The entire hospital burned to the ground. Everyone died. At least that's what everyone assumed. Let me guess, they sent people in to investigate. Precisely, it took a full month to find a search party willing to go inside such a mysterious place, but then the full moon was once again full. Of the 10 men who went out, only one returned, muttering nonsense about werewolves. The skeletons of the other 9 were found hanging off of this very bridge. Creepy. Yeah. Every full moon since, the people living on the outskirts of the forest have said they can hear the sound of a wolf howling all night long. But whenever one of them has ever dared to investigate, their remains have been found dangling off the bridge by dawn. Oh my god. Fortunately, there's no full moon tonight, so we should be perfectly safe to go and check it out. Are you serious? You want to go out there in the middle of the night after all of that? Yeah, it'll be fun, and don't worry, I've done this tons of times. You eye the tunnel skeptically. It's pitch black in there. We've got flashlights on our phone, and seriously, it's not as bad as you think, I promise. You take a deep breath and nod. Alright, guess I can't go all this way and not walk under the bridge, but if I get mauled by I blame you. Sure, I'm already swimming in survivor skill. What's one more death? Not helping. You step out of the car and start walking slowly under the bridge and into the tunnel below. Within a few steps, it's so dark you can barely see your hand in front of your face. Boo! Ah! Donovan jumps forward a few feet, shrieking. You can't help but laugh. I thought you said you were brave. Donovan starts to laugh too. I never said that. I said I liked scary stuff. Well, I'm more than happy to provide. As your eyes adjust and you get deeper into the tunnel, you feel the splash of shallow water beneath your shoes. Do not tell me that's ghost glue or something. I think that's called ectoplasm, and nah, it's just a little runoff from the lake nearby. You keep walking and soon you reach the end of the tunnel. Okay, that wasn't so bad. Not to be that guy, but I told you so. A sudden solitary wolf cry rings out through the woods. Ah! Run for your life! The howls pick up as you bolt back towards the bridge. Don't leave me here alone! Then pick up the pace. I am not gonna be woke bait tonight. The two of you run back under the bridge as fast as your legs can carry you and jump into the car. Donovan speeds away. When the bridge is gone from the rearview mirror, he slows down and you both burst out laughing. So that was definitely just a normal wolf, right? I'm not going back there to check. So does that mean you were headed home? It is getting late, but I'll be sure to take the scenic route. Once you're out of the woods, Donovan pulls over and the two of you relax, listening to tracks from his band's upcoming EP. So what's the verdict on tonight's misadventures? Honestly, that was really fun. Next time, I'll come up with a creepy haunted place for us to check out. Good luck finding something I haven't already been to. Don't underestimate me and my ability to scour the internet. Just pick some place that doesn't involve breaking and entering. I make no promises. A while later, Donovan drops you off back at your house. You're sure you'll be able to get in without being noticed? You doubt my skills, Navarro. You should know better. Then I suppose I'll see you tomorrow. Just remember, this never happened. Your parents aren't the only ones who freaked if they found out we've been out all night. Donovan, I've already forgotten about it. Good, if you ever want to not do things again, hit me up. You wave goodbye as Donovan pulls down the street and sneak quickly back to bed, your parents none the wiser. The next day is school. You keep your eyes out for Joanna, but she's missing from AB Chem and surprisingly hard to track down. Of all the girls Gabby had to fall in love with, why she had to pick a human chameleon? Finally, you catch her in one of the back hallways between 6th and 7th period. Joanna, there you are. I've been looking for you. She practically jumps at the sound of your voice, but she stops and turns to speak to you. Kua? Hi, what do you need? Joanna, do you mind if I ask you a few questions? It's about a case. Okay. I'm not sure I'll be able to help though. I don't really keep up with gossip or anything. What are these questions about? Gabby. A look of absolute horror comes over Joanna's face. She grabs your sleeve and yanks you into the nearest bathroom. Kua, I don't know what you've heard or how you found out, but you cannot tell anyone. Do you want money? I'll pay you whatever I have to. Just, please. Joanna, relax. I'm not blackmailing you, and I'm not going to tell anyone, but there's a lot at stake here. Mr. Lewis is being charged as a sex offender. Aren't you the one who turned him in? I didn't fully understand the situation, and now you're the only one would prove it's not true. You think I don't feel horrible about that? It weighs on me every second of every day. But if words gets back to my parents that, they'll send me back to conversion therapy. They did it before when I was 12. What? Once a week, they made me go talk to a therapist until I hated everything about myself and my life. That's when they said I was cured. It was the worst thing that's ever happened to me, but I thought it worked until I fell in... I can't say it, I never said it, and now I'll never get to. I'm so sorry, Joanna. I thought conversion therapy was illegal. It is, but it isn't. The therapist I went to wasn't a conversion therapist. She was a counselor who educates teens about family values. Gross. Perhaps, but their terrible euphemisms are the least of my worries. I can't imagine. And last time, all I did was admit I was attracted to girls. And if my parents found out that they'll probably send me away to some camp. Joanna starts to blink back tears. Ugh, everything's so messed up, and of the only two people who ever cared about me, one's dead and the other's in jail. That's not true, Joanna. I care, and I'm sure a lot of other people would care too if they knew what was going on. I'm sorry I outed you. I never wanted to hurt anyone. Not you, not Mr. Lewis. I was just trying to bring Gabby to justice. Joanna looks at you, tears now starting to roll down her cheeks. It's not like I'm innocent though. If we hadn't, then maybe none of this would have happened. You did nothing wrong, Joanna. You don't know what I've done. Nobody does. I've never told a soul. Do you want to? Talk about it, I mean. I'm not sure if I even can. It's all so hard, and I'm not even sure what's right or wrong anymore. She takes a deep breath. But maybe saying it out loud would help me make sense of things, if you're okay with that. Go ahead, I'm listening. Okay then, I guess we should start at the beginning. It all started about a year ago, when Gabby and I were assigned as partners for an English class project on Wuthering Heights. I didn't like this book as much as I thought I was going to. Did you? I hated it, but I knew I was going to. A bunch of people warned me that Heathcliff is a horrible person. Some people like that, I guess. I'll never understand it. I'm more of a Mr. Darcy kind of girl. Now there's a guy worth swooning over. You shifted uncomfortably in your seat. This wasn't how you thought this project was going to go. Have you ever seen the Pride and Prejudice movie, Joanna? Yeah, it was good. Mr. Darcy is definitely better than Heathcliff. Not so into the shy with a heart of gold type? Oh no, not this. I guess I just don't care that much about boys. I'm not a lesbian though. Not that there's anything wrong with that. Aw, and here I was already planning to set you with one of my girlfriends. Wait, did you really think I was gay? I swear Relax, Joanna, I'm joking. Although, have you ever considered that you might be asexual? You have. You came across that term during one of your secret late-night web searches, trying to make sense of your feelings. You closed the window out immediately and tried to forget about it. You were scared that if you looked into the matter any further, you wouldn't like what you found. But here Gabby is, smiling, offering it up as a simple explanation. What can you say to her? I never thought of it that way. Well, maybe that's something you can look into it then. Does it really matter? For some people it's really important, but that's not always the case. I just thought maybe it'd help you, that's all. But it's your life, live it the way you want. Gabby picks up her copy of Wuthering Heights, starting to flip through the pages. You nervously fiddle with your skirt, trying to work up the nerve to keep talking. Can I ask you a question? Shoot. How come you're so comfortable talking about this stuff? Sorry, I didn't mean to pry. I always like to ask people about themselves. And I guess it's been on my mind lately. Wait, does that mean you're asexual? Bisexual, actually. So, sort of the opposite. But I'm still not sure whether I like girls or I like girls, you know? No, I don't really. But I think I get where you're coming from. And you're okay with, maybe being bi? I guess I'd be okay with it. I know everybody would accept me because my brother's been out for years, but it's not really how you see yourself? Yes, that's it exactly. You get it. You give Gabby a small smile and shrug. Glad I could help. Maybe I should just stick with I don't know. I don't know seems more comfortable. Maybe. For days after, that conversation was all I could think about. I'd known gay people before, but they'd always been either out and proud or trying to cure it. Gabby was the first person I met who seemed as unsure as I was. I really wanted. Well, at the time, I thought I wanted to be friends. It's the night before the presentation, and you and Gabby have just finished printing out your scripts. So all we have to do now is present to the class. I guess I should get going then. I mean, it's getting late, but if you feel like we need to practice reading the script again, we can. No, never mind. That's silly. We're going to do great. I'll just go. Alright, it's been nice having you over, Joanna. Has it? So will you be okay with hanging out sometime? You stop in your tracks. How could you say something so stupid? Never mind, that was silly. I know you're really busy and popular and... I like that. You would? Yeah, I'm free next Tuesday. Do you want to go see a movie? Let's do it. The first 2 times we hung out, everything was great. We were totally different, but that only made it more fun. But after our third friend date, well... You and Gabby are driving home from a trip to the roller rink when she pulls over onto the side of the road. Is something wrong with the car? No, I just don't want to stop hanging out just yet, unless you have plans. Only my double life as a vigilante who saved this town from crime. No way, it's been you all along? You mean you didn't guess? I'm a nerdy high school girl with no friends and an extremely forgettable face. The only way it could be more obvious if I wore glasses. Gabby cracks up. Oh my god, Joanna, how did I never notice you until this year? Oh, that's okay. Nobody does. It's just the way it is. Well, it shouldn't be. You're wonderful, Joanna. Of all the people I've ever met, you're one of the most kind, genuine, and secretly hilarious. I don't see how nobody's noticed. I could say the same of you, Gabby, except, well, everyone's noticed. I don't know if that's really true. Everyone at school knows me as this perfect, overachieving, popular girl, so I feel like I need to keep that up. But with you, I don't feel like I have to do that. I can just be Gabby. It's the best part of my week. And then it dawns on you, the long conversations, the convention that you choose by, the weekly one-on-one meetings, heck, the way she looks at you. You've basically been dating this girl for a month now and didn't even realize it. It only takes one look for Gabby to know that you know. I'm sorry, Joanna. I know you don't feel the same way, and I'm okay with that. It's not that simple. You know how you thought I might be asexual before? Yeah? That's not really true. I used to be a lesbian, but I went to conversion therapy to, fix it. And now I really wish I hadn't, because even though I didn't want to be gay, and I still don't really, if for no other reason than my parents would hate it. I wish I could be gay for you, and I know that if things had been different, I would have loved you so much. Oh, Joanna. She leans over to your side of the car and holds you in her arms as tears stream down your face. She strokes your hair as you rest your head against her shoulder and take in the comforting smell of her perfume. I wish I could kiss you and hold you and make you happy because you're wonderful, Gabby. What if I kiss you just once and you can see how you like it? Then if you want to pretend it never happened, we can do that. I guess we could try that. Close your eyes. You let them flutter close as Gabby guides you into a gentle, tender kiss, your first. Her lips are soft and taste like coconut. You open your mouth and let her in. It's the sweetest feeling you've ever known. And just when you think you could do this forever, Gabby pulls away with a smile. Was that okay? Gabby, do it again. So you liked it? Obviously. I just wanted to hear you say it. She pulls you in again for your second kiss, which is somehow even more wonderful than the first. Months went by and we were a thing. I'll spare you the details of that, but we were really happy. But I realized it couldn't last, so last spring I decided to bite the bullet. You're breaking up with me? I'm sorry, Gabby. You didn't do anything wrong. You're amazing, but we can't. Oh no, your parents didn't find out, did they? Not yet, but I can't keep this up forever. They'll figure it out, and then I'll get sent to a camp. So I decided that when I turn 18, I'm going to run away to New York City. Then I can start over and find a place where I belong. As much as I want to keep doing this, the longer it goes on, it's just going to make it harder to believe you. It's better to cut it off now. Or I could run away with you. I can't ask you to do that, Gabby. You have a family that loves you and a future, and you didn't ask. I'm offering. I'm so tired of being this perfectionist overachiever all the time, but that's what everyone expects of me, and I can't bear to let them down. If you and I eloped, I could be whoever I wanted to be. Eloped? Gabby smiles shyly and pulls a blue box out of her purse, opening it up to show you a single shining charm. Did you know that this is an authentic 18-karat white gold Tiffany original? I blew all my quinceañera money on it, but it was worth it. Gabby confidently takes it out of the box and gets down on one knee. Is she really proposing? I don't have a ring for you, Joanna, but will you marry me? Yes. Jump up and take Gabby's hand, feeling the cool metal of the charm in between your palms, but then you realize everyone's staring at you. There's nobody you recognize, but still. She just asked me to prom. We're going as friends. Everyone seems to accept this and goes back to ignoring you, as you admire the charm catching the light. quick thinking. I promise, once we're in New York, we can be as affectionate as we want. That day can't come soon enough. I treasure that charm more than anything I've ever owned, but I didn't have anything nearly as nice to give Gabby in return, and my parents would definitely notice a giant jewelry store charge on my credit card. But I seen that this is a safe space poster in Mr. Lewis' classroom, and that gave me an idea. You buy the necklace, and then over the next few months, I'll buy you the equivalent money in school supplies, books, whatever you need. Joanna, normally I say no. I'm a teacher, not a bank, but I'm guessing there's something more you're not telling me. Was it that obvious? I've met your parents at plenty of PTA meetings. I know what they're like. And I can't help but notice that this necklace you've designed looks like something one would give to a girlfriend. You're not gonna tell them, are you? Never. This classroom is a safe space, and I'm the sponsor of the Gay Straight Alliance. I understand the importance of confidentiality. So you'll do it? I will, because I want to make sure you don't get hurt. But is there anything else I can do for you, Joanna? I can't imagine how hard growing up closeted in a family like that must be. Let me talk to my partner first. So with Gabby's approval, Mr. Lewis became a trusted confidant, and we hashed up a plan. We were going to wait until prom night, which was a couple days after I turned 18, and hop on a train to New York. Gabby apparently knew someone who did really good fake IDs, so we'd be able to use fake last names. We were going to change them once we got married anyway. Mr. Lewis was even able to arrange for us to live with his cousin for a few months until we could afford our own place. Meanwhile, to avoid suspicion, we both found fake boyfriends. I picked a boy from another school, while Gabby dated Tyler. It felt like it was too good to be true. I guess it was in the end. The last night I saw her was the actual homecoming game, when they announced the court nominees. And the last but certainly not least, finalist for homecoming queen is Miss Gabrielle Navarro. The crowd goes wild as Gabby steps onto the field, escorted by Tyler. You swallow the tinge of jealousy in your throat and cheer. Ms. Navarro is the president of the SCA and the NHS, and a champion of anti-bullying, cancer research, and LGBTQ equality. Let's give it up for Gabby! The crowd cheers again as Gabby and the other homecoming court members head into the stands. Gabby passes by you on the way and gives you a hug. You were great up there. You would have been too if anyone at the school had had the sense to nominate you. Nah, I would have gotten stage fright. Hey Gabby, come on. Dylan, save the seats. I gotta go. Gabby, see you later. You'll never forget those words. They're the last you'll ever say to her. And then I was alone. My girlfriend died, and only Mr. Lewis realized we even knew each other. And then I went and got him arrested. Joanna says nothing. You can't tell who she's angry with, you or herself. So, Mr. Lewis called me in and asked me to testify that I didn't know the whole story. Did he do the same for you? No, and I, don't think he will. One thing he promised me is that if things did go wrong, he'd do whatever he had to keep me from going back to therapy. I don't suppose he thought it'd come to this. I'm going to try as hard as I can to convince the court, but I don't exactly have any evidence. So you want me to tell them everything then? I want you to be safe, but you deserve to know your options. I appreciate that. Joanna starts to pick at her hair. Ever since he was arrested, I've been trying to think of some way to save him without ruining my own life. But there's nothing. I'm sorry, as much as I wish I could do this alone, I don't know if that would be enough. The hearing's next Saturday at the county courthouse, right? Yeah, does that mean you're going to testify? I don't know, but it looks like I have 2 weeks to decide.